Good afternoon, Sava here from Football Heritage TV. What a lovely day it is outside. What a lovely, lovely day. Now, Postecoglou is building, but Levy is knocking it down. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Quite simply, you've got the manager in now. You've got the guy. He's shown you the way. He's shown you what he's going to build if you give him the tools. He's shown you light at the end of the tunnel. There is carrot at the end of that stick being dangled. This is the guy that will take us to where we need to go. Daniel Levy is the guy that is building that wall, putting up the barriers and blocking us from where we need to go. This has to change. There are 10 days to go in the window. Will it change? Let's discuss right after this. Yes, good afternoon. So we've been here before, Tottenham fans. We've had good managers before that have had good teams that need that little bit of push. They need to get over the line. They need the extra couple of bodies to really cement and solidify Tottenham Hotspur as a force, if you will. Now, whilst it's early days, whilst we need patience, whilst we need to give Postecoglou time, you get the feeling that something good could be happening at Tottenham. But whenever you get that feeling, I'm talking about the royal you, the royal we, whenever you get that feeling, there's that little bit in the back of your brain that's going, hang on, Levy exists. Hang on, Levy exists. As much as this 90% is going, love Postecoglou, great manager, love the football, the players are happy, we're going places. This little 10% won't believe it because of Daniel Levy. Now, there will be people going, oh, you're harsh on Daniel Levy. He brought in the manager. Yes, he did. But he's also had 20 odd managers or 17, whatever it is, before this that he's not backed properly. Managers where some have worked, some haven't. Some of their over success, if you will, their kind of over productivity has actually made Levy look better than he is because they've worked with mediocre players and got the best out of them. But now we've got some good players in that team. We've got a good team ethic and we've got a pathway. Now, what that pathway will be towards isn't defined yet. Is it a pathway to success? Too early to tell. Is it a pathway towards building a future for Tottenham Hotspur? Of course it is. It's a pathway towards building a philosophy, a style of play that hopefully Ange and future managers will all stick to. But he needs help. So what has Postecoglou done? We'll talk about him first. What has Postecoglou done? 3 or 4 things. 1, he's breathed belief back into this football club. He's breathed belief back into press conferences, to players' mindsets, to belief, to attitude, to style. The second thing he's done is implemented a philosophy that the fans love, the players love. Look at Sonny when he was being interviewed at the weekend by Sky. He came out, you could see it in his face. He was saying, yeah, we love playing this style of football. Who wouldn't? He's implementing that philosophy and he's only been here for 2 months. Think what he could do with backing. What else has he done? I think he's going to make Spurs, or slowly making Spurs, attractive to players that want to come in. They will look at this style and say, I want to be a part of that. I see where Spurs are going and I want to be part of that journey with this football club. Pochettino-esque, you could say. And that gives me the segue into, we've been here before with managers that want to play the right way, if you want to call it that, with managers that unite the fan base, with managers that make everyone sing off the same hymn sheet, with managers that say the right things in interviews, the Martin Yoles, the Harry Redknapps, the Pochettinos, to name but three. But what have all got in common is that they've all worked for a man called Daniel Levy, who does just enough to keep the people on side. Not all the people, but does just enough to keep people on side and say, look what I've done. I've given you this manager and these players. Just enough. But never enough up here to say, you know what? I made a real go of it. And I'm not talking about year one winning a title. Don't be silly. I'm not talking about that before anyone in the comments wants to come in and talk to me about that. I'm not talking about winning titles. I'm talking about giving the manager the best possible selection headaches that allows him to go out there and be comfortable. That you lose one or two players and you go, that's fine because we bought properly. Giving the manager the best possibility to say, you know what? I left it all on the field. The players are happy, the manager's happy, the owner's happy, and the fans, most importantly. We, the fans, we're the most important people at the football club. Players aren't, they come and go. Managers come and go. Directors of football come and go. The owners are custodians, they will come and go. We are constants. So what we think is massively important. But we've been here before, as I said. And let's look at some of the evidence. Big Martin Yole built a real togetherness, played some nice football, under some difficult circumstances. The first sign of trouble, and Big Martin Yole was sacked. And we all know how that panned out. All the rumours going around the stadium at half time that he's been sacked after the game. And then he was. Did they help Big Martin Yole? Big Martin Yole, the head coach. Love Martin Yole. Did they give him what he needed to kick on? Or was it again, oh, you've built a nice team, let's just leave it at that? Then fast forward to one of my favourite managers of the last 20, 30 years, Harry Redknapp. A guy who came in and dug Spurs out of a massive hole. We were sitting after 8 Premier League games in the 2008-2009 season, 8th in the league. Sorry, after 8 games in the league season, 2 points, 19th or 20th in the league. I can't remember whether we were rock bottom or just above. So I think someone else might have been terrible as well. That guy came in like a breath of fresh air, put his arm around everyone, let the club play football. Started making some cheap, sensible signings. Wilson Palacios, Nico Kranjčar, Peter Crouch, Jermaine Defoe. He brought these players in. He moulded Bale to what he was. He made Modric go from a left winger to a centre mid. And you know what? He got us that season from bottom up to 8th. And then the next year was our first ever Champions League finish, finishing 4th. Everyone remembers that season. The Peter Crouch diving header. Everyone remembers that. I think it was big Yunus Kabul, right? Going down the right, pulled it across. I think the ball went up in the air and Crouchy just tapped it in. And Spurs got top 4. Cue the celebrations with David Bentley and the ice bucket and Harry. And then Harry went on to have 2 or 3, 4 very good seasons. But remember, in one of those seasons, at the turn of the year, Tottenham Hotspur, I believe we were sitting 2nd or 3rd, certainly in the top 3 or 4, but only a couple of points off the top. And Harry wanted Cahill. He wanted Tevez. And he was given Saha and Nelson. And the rest is history. Harry went. Then a few more managers came and went. Then Poch. People loved Poch. Poch got us 2nd in the league. Poch got us to a Champions League final. Poch had, listen, we can argue the merits of Poch all day long, but that 11 he had, the 11 that a lot of them were already there, but he coached them. He added 3 or 4 players around them and had a brilliant 11. But did we add the players on top? When we needed Daniel Levy to add 3 or 4 players on top to turn it from a great team to a great squad, where was Daniel Levy? Penny pinching again. Now, this is a massive 10 days because where we are now is very similar to those 3 occasions. A people person as a manager, attacking football as a manager. A good team. We've got a good team. But to get it from there to there, what do we need? We need those ingredients. And has Daniel Levy got that appetite to help Postecoglou build? Or is he chipping away at the foundation so that every time Postecoglou builds, it's actually going down a level because Levy's there chipping at those foundations? A massive 10 days, including today. If you want to get 4 or 5 out, you're going to need to do 1 every 2 days now. If you want to get 2 or 3 in, that's 1 every 3 days. That's a lot of work for a club that have shown that they're very bad in the transfer market and very slow. So listen, Daniel Levy's got a huge 10 days. This isn't the first time I've said this in the last 23 years. It won't be the last. But this is a huge 10 days, a phenomenally huge 10 days. Get it right, and the sky is the limit for Tottenham Hotspur and what we can achieve in year 1, year 2, year 3. Get it wrong, and we could fall behind. In Ange, we trust. In Levy, we don't. The royal we. I'm talking about me by this. Come on, Levy. 10 massive days. Let's get this right. Thank you, everyone. Please like, please subscribe. I'll be back at 8 p.m. tonight for a live show. 8 p.m. Tuesday night. Join me then. Much love. Please like, please subscribe. And as always, come on, you Spurs.